Hey everybody, welcome back. So we finally got the final specs on the upcoming Friday the 13th box set from Scream Factory, and wow, there's a lot here to go through. Now on the plus side, it does look like it basically ports over, I think, pretty much everything from every pre-existing release, including stuff that wasn't on the previous Blu-rays but was on the DVDs, and vice versa. To my knowledge, I don't think we're missing anything, but if you guys spot anything, definitely let me know. But yeah, let's just dive right in. So the first two discs are actually for the first Friday the 13th. First one is the original R-rated cut, and it has a new 4K scan from the original camera negative and is presented in mono only, but it does have the US trailer, international trailer, TV spot, some radio spots, a still gallery, and poster and lobby card gallery. And then the second disc with Friday the 13th, the uncut version, has a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, a restored version of the original mono track, as well as the 5.1 mix, which I think was on the previous release, and then ports over the audio commentary track with Sean Cunningham, writer Victor Miller, actresses Adrienne King, Betsy Palmer, composer Harry Manfredini, editor Bill Fresda, and assistant editor Jay Cooper, hosted by Peter and Barack, as well as some of the behind the scenes and stuff, interviews. So those are fresh cuts, The Man Behind the Legacy, Friday the 13th reunion panel, Lost Tales from Camp Blood, as well as a vintage Fangoria magazine article. So moving on to Friday the 13th Part 2, and this will have a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, a restored version of the original mono soundtrack, as well as the 5.1 remix, and then it has slash scenes, long-awaited uncut gore footage. Now unfortunately I don't think it's incorporated back into the film. It is going to be separate, but at least on the plus side we do actually get to see it. It's possible there's no audio, so that could be why they didn't even try to edit it back in. And it has a new commentary track with actress Amy Steele, filmmaker Tommy Hudson, and author Peter and Barack, as well as My Life with Guinea, a conversation with actress Amy Steele, moderated by Justin Beam. And then the rest are ported over from previous releases, including Inside Crystal Lake Memories, the book, Friday's Legacy, Horror Conventions, Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 2, vintage Fangoria magazine article, the trailer, Japanese trailer, radio spots, TV spots, still gallery, and poster and lobby card gallery. Now moving on to Friday the 13th Part 3. So it has a restored version of the original mono audio track, as well as the 5.1 remix. Has a new 4K scan from the original camera negative for both the 2D version and the 3D version, and of course it has an actual Blu-ray 3D, not the the red, blue, red, green or whatever thing, like actual Blu-ray 3D. So for those of you who can still watch Blu-ray 3D, this is definitely very exciting news. I know I'm very excited about it. And then it ports over the audio track, which I could be wrong, but I don't actually think was on the Blu-ray. I don't think this has been around since the DVD. And that's with actors Larry Zerner, Paul Kratka, Richard Brooker, and Dana Kimmel. And then again ports over some of the other behind-the-scenes stuff, including fresh cuts, 3D Terror, Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 3, Fango article, the trailer, TV spots, radio spots, movie still gallery, as well as poster and lobby cards gallery. Moving on to the final chapter, we have a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, a restored version of the original mono soundtrack, as well as the 5.1 remix. The rest of it is basically ported over from the previous Blu-ray and DVD releases. So it ports over the commentary tracks, first one with director Joe Zito, screenwriter Barney Cohen, and editor Joel Goodman, and then the fan commentary with Adam Green and Joe Lynch, and then the deleted scenes, Jason's Unlucky Day, 25 years after Friday the 13th, the final chapter, The Lost Ending, Jimmy's Dead Dance Moves, The Crystal Lake Massacre Revisited Part 1, Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 4, Fangoria article, trailer, TV spot, radio spots, movie still gallery, and posters and lobby card gallery. Now we move on to Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, and unfortunately there is no new transfer, but it does have a restored version of the original audio, the original mono audio track, along with a 5.1 remix. Now it does have a new audio commentary track though, with Melanie Kinnaman, Deborah Voorhees, Tiffany Helm, and author Peter and Barack, as well as a new audio commentary from filmmakers Adam Green and Joe Lynch. And that ports over the older commentary tracks, including one with the late director Danny Steinman, as well as actors John Shepard and Shavar Ross. And then again, the other extras from the previous releases, including Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 5, Crystal Lake Massacre Revisited Part 2, New Beginnings, The Making of Friday the 13th Part 5, Fangoria article, trailer, TV spots, movie still gallery, poster, and lobby card gallery. Whew, I gotta take a breath. Next up is Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Once again, no new transfer on this one, but it does have a restored version of the original stereo track, as well as the 5.1 track. And it does have a new commentary track with Tom Matthews, Vinny Gustafaro, Carrie Noonan, Cynthia Kanya, CJ Graham, and author Peter M. Brock. And another new fan commentary by filmmakers Adam Green, Joe Lynch, and writer-director Tom McLaughlin, as well as the older commentary tracks ported over from director John McLaughlin. Another one with Tom McLaughlin, also with actors Vincent Guastafaro and editor Bruce Green. Plus Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 6, Crystal Lake Massacres Revisited Part 3, Jason Lives, The Making of Friday the 13th Part 6, Meeting Mr. Voorhees, alternate ending storyboards / scenes, Fangoria article, trailer, TV spots, and still gallery. Then we get to Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. And again, no new transfer unfortunately, but it does have a restored version of the original stereo track as well as the 5.1 remix. And this one basically just doesn't look like it has anything new, but it does port over all of the existing extras, including the commentary with Kane Hodder and the late director John Carl Buechler, as well as one with John Carl Buechler, Lar Park Lincoln, and Kane Hodder. Jason's Destroyer, The Making of Friday the 13th Part 7, Mind Over Matter, The Truth About Telekinesis, Makeover by Maddie, Need a Little Touch-Up Work, My A, / scenes with introduction, Fangoria article, trailer, TV spots, movie still gallery, poster, and behind the scenes photos. Get to Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, and unfortunately, out of all of them, this is kind of a bummer. This one literally doesn't have anything new, and doesn't even look like it even has a restored audio track. It does have the original stereo track and 5.1 mix from before, and then it just ports over all of the existing commentary tracks and extras from the previous release. Kind of a shame there isn't anything new for Part 8. I'm a fan of Part 8, so, you know, but at least it brings over everything. And of course, now we get to the New Line ones, and this is, so we have 2 discs for Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. First up is the R-rated theatrical one, and it does have a stereo track as well as 5.1 mix, a new 2K scan from the Inner Positive, as well as a new introduction by director Adam Marcus. And then it has the trailer, TV spots, movie still gallery, poster, and behind the scenes photos, and a look at the Friday the 13th prop museum book. And then the next disc has Jason Goes to Hell in the uncut version. So it has a new 2K scan of the Inner Positive with HD inserts of the uncut scenes, as well as a stereo mix and the 5.1 remix. And then it ports over the audio commentary track with director Adam Marcus and screenwriter Dean Laurie. And then it has a new introduction by director Adam Marcus, a new interview with Adam Marcus called The Gates of Hell. Also new is Jason vs. Terminator, Adam Marcus on Growing Up with the Cunninghams, and finally Uber Jason, an interview with Kane Hodder on Playing Jason, as well as additional TV footage with a new audio commentary with director Adam Marcus and author Peter Brock. And then we get to Jason X, and that also has a new 2K scan of the Inner Positive, as well as a stereo mix and a 5.1 remix. Has a new introduction by Kane Hodder, a new audio commentary track with writer Todd Farmer and Peter Brock, and it does port over the previous existing audio commentary with the unfortunately late director Jim Isaac, writer Todd Farmer, and producer Noel Cunningham. And then it has some new interviews, including Out of Space, The Making of Jason X, featuring interviews with producers Noel Cunningham and Sean S. Cunningham, as well as Kane Hodder and writer Todd Farmer. Also, In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream, an interview with writer Todd Farmer. Christy is a Headbanger, an interview with actress Christy Angus. And then finally, Jason Rebooted, Sean S. Cunningham on Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. And then the rest is stuff that has been ported over from previous releases, including The Many Lives of Jason Voorhees, By Any Means Necessary, The Making of Jason X, a club reel, vintage cast and crew interviews, behind the scenes footage, an electronic press kit, the trailer, TV spot, movie stills gallery, and posters and behind the scenes gallery. Next up is Freddy vs. Jason, and that basically looks like, I think it's basically the same disc as been pre-existing. I don't think there's anything new here with Freddy vs. Jason. It looks like it's basically all the same, but at least it does port over all of the extras, so at least you're not missing anything. And then finally, as far as the movies go, is the Friday the 13th remake, and that's kind of the same thing. It looks like it basically ports over the pre-existing disc for the remake, including the extras. And as far as I know, it does have both the R-rated and the uncut version of the film. And then finally, there are 2 bonus discs with this set. So it brings over a lot of pre-existing extras as well. Some of them, I think some of them are also from the remake disc that was on the extra disc. I think they came with that. But it does have a lot of new stuff, including Crystal Lake Confidential, an interview with producer-director Sean S. Cunningham, Machete Memories, an interview with producer-director Steve Miner, Chicago to Connecticut, the early career of Harry Manfredini, The Magic Keyboard, Harry Manfredini on scoring Friday the 13th, Blood Types, an interview with actor Harry Crosby, Once Speared, Twice Shy, an interview with actor Bill Randolph, Back to Camp, the locations of Friday the 13th, and Friday the 13th Part 2, hosted by Michael Gingold. It Came from the Vaults, an interview with La La Land Records, Matt Verbois and Michael V. Gerhard, and composer Harry Manfredini. They put out the CD versions of the scores from 1 through 6. So if you got the box set from a couple years ago, it was an amazing box set, but I believe since then they've re-released all those discs separately. And then finally, as far as new things go, Finding Friday on location of the Friday the 13th film. And then some ports over of pre-existing stuff, including Friday the 13th Chronicles, Secrets Galore Behind the Gore, Crystal Lake Victims Till All, Tales from the Cutting Room Floor, Friday the 13th Artifacts and Collectibles, Jason Forever, Q&A with Ari Lieben, Warren Gillette, CJ Graham, and Kane Hodder, Legacy of the Mask, Slasher Films Going for the Jugular, Friday the 13th Playing Cards, Still Gallery, and some Easter eggs. And then finally, the final bonus disc. Whew, take one more breath. First up, which I'm very excited about, is the original music video for The Man Behind the Mask by Alice Cooper from Friday the 13th Part 6. And then new is Alice Lives, Alice Cooper and Friday the 13th Part 6, a look at the music video The Man Behind the Mask, featuring interviews with Alice Cooper and director Jeffrey Abelson. Very, very cool. Next up is Legends Never Die, Tom McLaughlin at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, Life, Death, and Jason Voorhees, an interview with director Tom McLaughlin, The Road to Crystal Lake, an interview with producer Sean S. Cunningham, Faceless Evil, Sean S. Cunningham, and Jason. And then finally, as far as new stuff goes, Jason Was Here, Friday the 13th Part 3, 6 locations, then and now. And then it has some pre-existing stuff, including some like feature-length documentaries. Scream Queens, Horror Heroines Exposed is an 80-minute one. Slice and Dice, Slasher Film Forever, 78 minutes. That has a trailer reel that has all 12 trailers all in a row. You're just gonna watch like, a whole string of them together, or you can watch them separately on each disc. And it has all the trailers for the Friday the 13th remake as well, plus the press kit, the electronic press kit from the remake, and then Friday the 13th series newspaper ads, still gallery for all 12 films, and an Easter egg. So that is it. Woo! That is everything for the new Friday the 13th box set. I mean, obviously, we're never going to get everything that we want. Some stuff we're just never going to get. Unfortunately, I think some of the footage from a lot of the films that was cut out, I think was literally destroyed decades ago, sadly. And I think, unfortunately, it's just a loss for good. But I have to say, from a box set standpoint, it is obviously loaded, and they've added actually a lot more than I thought they were going to add. So, in my opinion, this is kind of like the release of the year, at least as far as those horror fans go. And again, it's due out October 13th, and if you haven't gotten an order, I will leave a link to the link on Amazon, which does help the channel out briefly if you do get it through that, or if you get anything on Amazon but just go through one of my links, it helps. I get pennies, but hey, pennies is it's something. So definitely let me know your thoughts on the set, and as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.